Hi, so my name is Monica Nieves. I teach mostly 12th grade this year. I teach AP Statistics, honors pre-calc, as well as regular pre-calc and regular statistics. So some of the questions I'm going to be answering is my view of STEM in the classroom prior to this course. I will say that this course definitely changed my mindset on the usefulness of incorporating STEM ideas and really pushing it, even as a math teacher, of really trying to showcase to these kids how different careers and fields they might be interested in is really based in STEM and why it's so important to have a good background in the STEM fields. View on STEM in the classroom now that I've taken this course is that I really appreciate it. Like I said before, I was aware of it and I knew it, but I wasn't really sure how that had to do with me as a math teacher, like how to incorporate that. I kind of thought of it as like a little kids thing or something for the little kids to do, little activities, and I didn't realize how important it was for all grade levels. For me, I plan on really to having more discussions with students and discussing with them the different ideas that I have for STEM, the different things about STEM for them to learn, having different job highlights, career highlights, showing them real life articles to really have some connections for them. In terms of implementing STEM culture in my school, I think my school already does a really good job of that in the lower levels. And so, having discussions with my building principal about maybe trying to incorporate more of those ideas from the elementary schools by having a STEAM night instead of just a standard showcase like they like to do at the end, having more activities for students across the different curriculum that has to do with more hands-on things in STEM. In terms of how to implement STEM culture in my community, I really think the best thing to do is to get parent involvement and to discuss it with them, being open with them, explain to them what it is and how it is so useful for students. The biggest takeaway from this classroom or from this class has been for me on how I can rethink what STEM is in my mindset as something for little kids and really show that it shines for older kids as well. How I can incorporate this as department head in all of the different math classes, showing them different options and really cool things that they can do to bring these STEM concepts in and not just do typical notes and incorporating more projects. In terms of challenges, the two biggest challenges that I already know that I have, and that I'm definitely sure the other teachers have, is money and time. That some things that we want to do might involve us having to purchase supplies, and as a teacher, we're already purchasing so many things for our classrooms and students that we don't need more things to buy. And then time, trying to fit in all of the standards can already be a struggle, especially if we're meeting kids where they are. And so trying to figure out the balance between doing an activity or having a class discussion on STEM ideas while also trying to get the standards down. So I could already see those two things being a biggest challenge for my teachers. And I think the two on my part as department head would be for advocating for us to requesting more money, applying for more grants, really getting the community and the principal involved and letting them see why it'd be beneficial to have a budget for these STEM activities for math, for the math classes. And then in terms of time, I would really love to be able to take some of the PD times to discuss with my teachers on how to look over our new standards, things that aren't super important, or things that maybe kids will struggle on conceptually. How can we incorporate projects during those moments? If there's a standard that's not, or something that's not a standard anymore, let's take it out so we can fit things that are. And if there are concepts that we know that students are going to struggle with, how can we turn this into a STEM project or idea to help connect it to them in an easier way?